Hello everyone, how are you guys doing? This is the weekly recap number 7. I am your host, NLD, and I am with your host,
Bobby.
What's your name now?
I'm still Bobby. I'm still Bobby. For now.
Okay, does it change? Alright,
maybe
Bobby what?
next week you got a name suggestion, leave it down in the comments. And yeah, maybe I change my name, maybe not. I don't know. What do you think? Should I change my name, NLD?
I don't know. It's confusing over there with Bobby, Sap, and then the 1,000 different versions of Sap.
Yeah, you gotta keep it fresh. You gotta keep it fresh and entertaining, otherwise it'll get stale. But I mean, you've been consistent with your NLD name all the time, so mad respect to that.
I have no need for versions. I have no need for variations on the NLD name.
Well, it's your name. You know, how many variations of your name can there be? None, pretty much, because your name is like, unless you legally change it, then it's forever.
I mean, you can have variations. You can. There are ways.
There are ways. There are indeed ways. And speaking of ways, why don't you tell us the ways of last week of what happened? Well, not last week, since it's still this week, but it's going to be next week from when you see this. But yeah, anyways, what happened? Anything special you want to tell us?
Yeah, well, we actually had the Super Bowl event last week. It was great. We had a lot of people. We had around 30 members in it. We were playing newcomers, and we made some drawings about football. We made some drawings about questions about football. Sadly, the Eagles lost the game on a questionable call, to say the least. But it was a great game nonetheless, and we had a lot of winners. We had 4 winners. It was thank you to all the sponsors that helped us, gave us something for the community, and I think that make a big change and it encouraged a lot of the community. So it was really nice.
Absolutely, and I heard people had a really good time, especially, it's always, watching football is always more fun in company than seeing it yourself, So if everyone gets excited about the same thing together, then I think that's really fun. And I hope people had a lot of fun.
Yeah. No, it was actually like a new dynamic, because what it made us do is that we would check in constantly on the server. So we would be like, okay, what's going on the server right now? So people would come, what's the score? What square won and stuff. So that made it really interesting, honestly. And the game was great. Thankfully, every quarter had scores, so that make an impact on the overall scheme of things. And
yeah, for sure, sure. And congratulations to the 4 winners. And I absolutely agree with you. And I hope more fun can be had with more bots and more events. Maybe that we could link to Virtua in the real world. I think that'd be super fun. It adds more. Maybe it makes it more interactive. And like your stuff
for sure
gets stuff done in the real world, and the real world has an effect on the stuff that you got. And I think that I think that's pretty fun. Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of the ways of this week, so confusing. Time travel. Yay, time travel, because this week is our week, but it's going to be next week for you. But anyways, I really don't want to get into the semantics.
It doesn't really matter.
Well, time is a construct, whatever. You can discuss whatever you want about that. But condos happened this week of recording. Today, what day is it today, NLD?
Today is February
19th. The week of this February 19th, condos dropped, so people will be able to customize their condos in the same way as they do the cribs. And I think people having that space, their personal space where they can just showcase their stuff as well, I think that's going to be really cool. I mean, people already are having absolute massive fun over at the cribs with their, the Wookiee actually did us kind of like a highway to heaven, but made of comic panels. So it's really cool. It's like a stairway to heaven, but it's made of comics. Of panels of comics
on the condos.
No, in his small crib. Yeah,
Okay.
and then he plays his nitro cars in there and his Shelbys. They're just it's really cool. It's really fun, and I can't wait to see what condo owners start doing with their stuff. What do you think?
I like the condos. I think what makes me happy about the condos is that it gives opportunity to people to showcase whatever NFTs they have. So if you look in the long run, just the ability to possess and to invite others to have a place where you can just have like your own display, and I can see many possibilities for this, like social hubs and tiny rooms that people can see things and interact with things. I think it's a great opportunity.
You're speaking in a quite lowly voice this week. Very fine, very formal, royal. It's almost like you're part of the royal family over here. Really reserved
No,
today.
no, not really, not really. Just talking.
We're just talking. We're dudes that talk. And do we have anything else that we want to talk about with people?
Yes, we have the update, the crib updates number
1.4. Yes.
1.4. What can you tell us
Well,
about
I
it?
can tell you quite a few things. I think that the most exciting part for most of us is the missing 3D items that were, well, self-explanatory. Missing, surprise. Nitro OG cars and Shelby Cobras. Those, you can now place those in your cribs, and people are having already a lot of fun with them. And they look great. They look great. I love the Shelby.
They look
I
really
love the Shelby.
cool. Shelby.
I have a Bungle Falcon, and I'd like to have a Shelby as well. JPEG Store is your friend if you want one. NFA, of course. Maybe I'll get one soon. We also added some more things, which I'm sure you want to tell us about that.
So basically the biggest of changes that we have is that you can actually add memory color palettes. So for example, when you are customizing your crib, you can actually choose the colors of the walls. So that changes the atmosphere of the crib. The cool thing about it is that before, the way you would work is just you would either have to choose like by eye what color was the one that you wanted, but now you have different like colors that get into like tiny bubbles. So those bubbles, just click on them and the customization is easier. In case you don't want to use wallpapers, for example, my crib, I don't use wallpapers. I just use the colors and the NFTs displayed on them. So I think that's really cool. And I think one of the new features that people are gonna really enjoy are the chat bubbles on top of your flex. So those are game changers. Those give it a new level of interaction and realism in a way. Not realistic, but like you know who's talking, and that's cool.
It's like real life subtitles, but except the people are mute, and instead of speaking, they just chat bubble pops up on top of their head, and and then you can see what they're thinking.
Imagine if we
could, like kind of telepathy in a way, don't you think?
Yeah, if you think about it, it could also be considered a telepathic movement of the mind. In the virtual space. But we also have some big fixes like chat latency has been reduced, download removal of Cardano assets from inventory, section expiry validations, and wall customization has improved brightness. So
definitely.
In the beta.
Speaking of the movement of the mind, there is also slower movement for B-Flex. If you want them to move slower, just press shift on your keyboard and then your B-Flex will be going smooth and sailing and that inside your space, because that's something that people wanted. Devs added it, so there you go. Enjoy. Move slower in this very fast-paced 3D, I was gonna say 3D, is Web3 world. And also we have hotkeys for size and rotation. So now you have keyboard controls. So for when you want to rotate something, there is a Twitter image that explains the hotkeys over there. So enjoy. It's another way of controlling what you do in the space, and I think that's pretty good. It is pretty good. It will give you more precise, more finer tuning, so to speak, for your space, and I think that's pretty fun. And
I think that's why people needed like more dynamic forms of movement. So that's gonna be good. And quality of life improvements are always welcome. So people are gonna enjoy this.
Yes, we live longer and live better, live strong. And that's what we all definitely want. That's the goal. And we hope that we'll be here for a long time. So you don't have to worry about that. But yeah, so far from our side, I don't think there's anything else that we have to share with community.
No, we don't have anything else. We had a crazy important month for the community and for all of us. So remember that we have activities during the week on our server. We have Coffee with an LD on Wednesdays. We've already chat on Fridays. We also have the Scrapyard on Twitter, and we Flick Weekly on our Discord as well every Wednesday. So come along, join us. We're growing a community, and the more the merrier, as they say. And it's always fun to be with people and meeting new people. And if you join us, I'll guarantee you that you will have fun, and you will meet new people. You will meet new forms of life.
Forms of life. Are you talking? It's like you're talking about our Discord members, like specimens, new forms of life. Come here.
Well,
Come
like
here
new
and
ways
discover
of
a
life.
new species of new form of life. Look at it move. Look at it type. And it sounds like that. But yeah, I get what you mean. I get what you mean. You know, just teasing you.
So join us. And,
Join the.
and we're gonna be happy to see you there. Say if you come to our Discord, just say that we sent you. And that's been it for this week. This is LD.
This is Bobby, bringing you the enthusiasm
Bobby.
for today. Well, we're all enthusiastic, you know, we're all super excited. But yeah, thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. And I hope you enjoyed our presence, our dialogue, our voices, and our faces, and also this virtual hoodie. It looks absolutely great. I love it. And thank you very much, everyone, for joining. Leave a comment if you liked it, subscribe if you want, and see you guys soon. Bye.
Bye.